Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Kalos ήρθατε, as we say in Greek. Welcome, bienvenue, benvenuto. So I'm not sure whether we've connected just yet, so I think I'm just going to wait a moment until the connection happens. I think it's happening, so tell me if the sound is all right and the picture is all right. And I'd like to thank our beloved Radhika for doing a terrific job in the chat. She's amazing. She kind of knows everybody and connects with everybody. And I'm so grateful for you, Radhika. Excellent. So sound is clear, picture is clear. Great. Thank you. So first of all, I'd just like to say a very big thank you that you're here today. Thank you for your presence, the present of your presence. So this live stream is going to be about the energies of the month of June. And as we would say in Greek, we'll be saying a few days to everybody, we say to one another, kalomina, have a good month. And people will say it to you everywhere, from the post office to the supermarket to just about anywhere, kalomina. I don't know what you say in your country. We don't really have something similar in England. I suppose you would say have a good month, but we don't really pay much attention to it. But astrologically, how does June look? Let me give you a little encapsulation. In many ways, June is a breath of more peaceful energies, compared to all the months that's been going on of 2023. We've had Jupiter change sign, we've had Saturn change sign, we've had Pluto go into Aquarius for the first time in 250 years. So it's a lot of, we just had the eclipses last month. So I won't say that it's completely quiet, because no months are completely quiet, but in many ways, I think June is a time where we can begin to integrate, begin to relax a little, and just begin to enjoy this sense of, I think we can get more of an equilibrium at this time. It's like you can begin to find your balance. I think so many of us have been impacted, thrown off balance with one thing and another, and then another. And I think this month now, it starts out, well, overall, we've got the Gemini energy right now. The sun is in Gemini. And on the 4th of the month, we get a full moon in Sagittarius, the opposite sign. So we're working with mutable energies. A mutable has to do with change, being willing to change. Now, some of you love it. Go on, let's have a little vote here. How many of you really love change? You welcome it, you embrace it, you say, bring it on. And how many of you go, oh, not more change? Let's see what the consensus is here. Are you quaking in your boots, or are you saying, absolutely great? Of course, we don't realize it, but we're changing all the time. Stoyan loves change. Okay, love. Randa doesn't like. Mary's an Aries, yes. MA, bring it on. Okay. All right, all right. When you're not prepared, you don't like change. Thank you, Elisa. Now that's a good comment. Depends on the change. Thank you, Shari. Yep. Great. Love in principle, says Anne. Hello, Anne. But resists in practice. Yes, I know that one. Yes. So, okay, well, many of you say that you are ready for change. So I've already done a video about the full moon in Sagittarius, so I won't repeat that. But we're working with Gemini energy. at least for much of this month. On the 12th, Mercury goes into Gemini. It's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is at home in Gemini. So Gemini has to do with words, communications, language. And I think it would be great to start this month with the Gemini energy to send some nice words to somebody. You might want to, for example, send 3 nice text messages. You could just wish somebody a happy June, for example. 3 nice emails, 3 uplifting texts, whatever it is, but send out the vibes. Okay, this energy of vibing positive words with the Gemini energy will be really powerful to do at this time. And don't be afraid to say the kind words that you might think about somebody. Auntie Jenny, 101 years young, said she went out for lunch with a friend yesterday. And on another table was this very lovely lady sitting with a man. And she said she was just like a little doll. She said, I couldn't leave that restaurant without going and talking to that couple and telling that lady how very beautiful she was and how nice it must be for her partner to wake up next to her every morning. And the man quipped back and said, well, actually, it's the other way around, really. But to actually use this Gemini energy to speak the things that you think about somebody that are nice, that are kind, that you don't always say. So that's one way, and I would really encourage that, because imagine if all of us send out that wave of the Gemini, which rules communication. So it's strong at this time. The sun in that sign gives it an extra magnification. Just imagine if a few hundred or a few thousand of us send out these messages every day for this month. Wow. That might cause a lot of changes, and quickly, very quickly, because Gemini energy is quick. It's not a long drawn out message, just quick, send one. This, I love you. How are you? Whatever it might be. Gemini also rules the lungs. So this is a great time for getting in touch with your breathing, your breath. Right here, right now. Just being grateful for being able to breathe easily, without difficulty. It's blooming miserable when you've got a cold or something, isn't it? Oh, and every breath is difficult. So working with the breath is very powerful. The other thing about Gemini energy are the hands. Gemini rules your hands. And hands, I was only thinking today, I don't really appreciate my hands enough. Perhaps we could all tune into our hands right now, because hands are for healing, for stroking animals, for cooking, for repairing, for making things, for sewing. So I think, and for praying. So just tune into your hands and feel the energy in your hands. If you just use the Gemini energy of getting in touch with the breath, and then feel a tingly energy in your hands. If you really tune in, you'll feel it quite quickly. What do you use your hands for? What would you like to use your hands for? You can rub your hands together and it creates an energy, and it can be very healing. Wow, Shari, you lost the ability to use your hands, so you really appreciate them. It's great. Randa likes doing your nails. Great. Hugs to you, Linda. Thank you. Yeah, we can use our hands and arms. This is all Gemini energy. So the hands, the arms, the shoulders, the lungs, the speech. Okay. Yes, Liesel, you vandal your hands, you're a guitarist. Yes. Playing piano, yeah. Cooking for your family, Tree Legend. Beautiful. So, and don't be afraid to somehow speak to people who might be just passing you. I did to this couple this morning. I said, yes, us. I thought they were Greek. And they answered me back. They said, hello, quite seriously. So that's all right. But just reach out. I smiled at a lady on my evening walk, and she looked quite serious when I first looked at her. I thought, no, bugger it, I'll smile to her anyway. Do you know, her face lit up like a Christmas tree. And she had like a 10,000 volt smile. So you might just awaken somebody's smile by smiling at them and using this whole Gemini energy. Oh, Elisa, your dad is a hand doctor. God bless him. Wow. So that's words. That's the Gemini. That's one part of it. The other big thing that's happening this month is that on the 6th of June, Venus, big subject, will go into Leo. Now, usually Venus stays in a sign 3-4 weeks, roughly, something like that, sometimes a little longer. This time, Venus is going to be in Leo from the 6th of June until the 8th of October. Why? Because on July the 23rd until the 4th of September, Venus will go retrograde. Now, I'm going to do a separate video all about the Venus retrograde. However, the fact that it's in Leo for such a long time is really important for all of us. So it would be very helpful if you can find Leo in your chart. Whichever house or houses this Venus is going to be going through will be quite significant. All right. And I will do some sign by sign bits. I will do it because you've asked. I asked in the community and I wanted your feedback. And you said, well, we'd like a little bit of sign by sign. So I will, if you know your ascendant or you know your sun sign, which you will, of course, all know, I will tell you a little snippet about what Venus can bring through the various signs. But first of all, let me tell you Venus in Leo, yeah, specifically Venus in Leo. So Venus in Leo, we've already got Mars in Leo all this month until July the 11th. So Venus and Mars are singing along in Leo for much of this month and almost half of next month. Leo is a fire sign. It rules the heart. It rules romance and love and confidence and loyalty and passion and creativity. It's very joyful and expansive and often expensive. It's very dramatic. It likes attention. It likes adoration. It's very artistic, creative. So these are the energies we're working with Venus and Mars in Leo. So this is a wonderful time for activating whatever you love to do and to put your heart and soul into it. And the magic can happen. Now, for those of you looking for romance, it might be your lucky time during these next 3 to 4 months. Sometimes when the Venus is retrograde, it brings people loves back into your life from your past. It can also be with Venus. I'll go into more of the retrograde, as I say, next month. But this Leo energy is really about igniting your passion, your excitement for life. So it's a time to be bold. Yes, not to hang back. Yeah, the water sign before it, Cancer, more sort of hangs back. But Leo says, I'm here, I've arrived, look at me, aren't I fabulous? So it's a time to let your light really shine. So how are you going to make your light shine? Let's come up with some ideas, some suggestions. I want to share with you something a client wrote to me, actually, about an experience that she had, because you can make a difference to somebody's life and you may not even know it. But just by the way you present yourself, there's something about Leo that is larger than life. And this client wrote to me and she said, when I was about 18 years old in London for the very first time, I saw a young, beautiful black woman in the street, very beautifully dressed, classy, a little bit serious. But when I saw her, I thought, when I grow up, I want to be like her. I want to look that gorgeous. I want to work at a great job. And I think I should come to London at some point, because she wasn't from London. She's from Spain. We never spoke, but that woman became my reference point of what I wanted to become and do. And this woman probably had no idea of how much she impacted a teenager's life for the better. So you may just, by your being yourself, you may impact somebody's life and not even know it. So can you bring out that side of you where you shine? In fact, let's share, where do you feel you shine? Everybody shines somewhere. Some of you shine in the kitchen when you're cooking. Some of you shine when you're playing music. Where do you shine? Hello, Michelle, you just jumped on and your vibration is already higher. Thank you, but you also added a vibe. Let's make no mistake. So where do you shine? I'm coming to this. I'll go through the signs. I'm coming next. I want you to begin to think about where you shine your light. Oh, Elisa, drawing animals. Thank you. Good listener, Jeannie. You shine when surfing, says Randa. Animals, the children, and the elderly. Oh, how lovely. Beach butterfly. Okay, Angel, daily routine, yoga and Tibetan rites, and walking your 13-year-old baby poodle. Building musical instruments. Thank you, Liesl. Jenna, caring for animals, particularly your own. Making people feel better and smile. Jennifer shines in the kitchen because something's on fire. Now I know that one. Oh, Tree Legend, you took care of a man in hospital and the family gave you a teddy bear when you were pregnant. Your daughter has that bear now. Wouldn't let go of it. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Well, we're shining lights on you now, Nilofer. All right, Mirel, I'm not sure which your first name is. Being helpful to others, making order out of chaos. As a caregiver, Michigan Gems. Beautiful. Being a mum to your children with autism. You see, so you know where you shine. This is great. You know where you shine. You might want to look at where this Leo is in your chart. And as this Venus is coming into this Leo on the 6th of June, it's going to be there until October the 8th. You might want to look at whichever house it's in. Some of you will know the house. If you know the house it's in, great. So if it's the first house, I'll run quickly through the houses and then I'll go through the signs. So the first house, it's very much about shining in your personality with how you are, how you express yourself, speaking out, wearing something bright coloured, shining, being seen. The second house, you're shining with your talents. You find another talent. You polish it up. You might even make some money from it. Third house, if you've got Leo in the third house cusp. So if you're Leo rising, it'll be the first. Okay. Third house. This is all about shining in your communications, shining in learning something, shining in teaching and sharing something, shining in writing. Oh, there's so much, isn't there? Isn't there? If it's in the fourth, if Leo is in your fourth house cusp, this is shining around the home, beautifying the home, uplifting your environment and maybe uplifting other people's environments. Maybe you're a home designer, a home stager. Fifth house, well, this is very much about shining in love, shining with children, with entertaining, with doing something that you love. The sixth house, Venus, would have to do shining in your work, shining with your health, being a beacon of light and health and well-being, and shining by giving to others. In your seventh house, shining in your relationships. If Leo is on that seventh house, beaming out to every one-on-one relationship some kind of a heart energy. If it's in your eighth house, well, then you are shining here a light in the dark places. Might be the dark places in your life or the dark places in other people's lives. And you just shine a light and you uplift. In your ninth, well, here you're shining a light on opening your horizons, teaching, sharing again, writing, publishing, seeing life from new perspectives, traveling, going to new places. How long staying Venus in one house? Well, for this time it's important because it's going to be there for 4 months, and that's why I'm drawing it to your attention, you see. So if you know where that Leo is in your chart, and you can get a free chart from my website, yourastrologyscience.com. If you go under reports, free report, you'll find it there. 10th house, this is about just shining your light. It could be in your career, your work, but also shining a light wherever you go. It's also very good for shining your light in organizing anything, getting organized, organizing chaos and bringing it into order. In your 11th house, shining a light on friendships, on community, on liaisons, of networks, of getting people together, maybe introducing people together. And in the 12th house, shining a light on you finding your hidden treasures and discovering those and enjoying those. So I zip through those because not all of you know that or may not know it yet. But you can find it out, and that will be helpful because it's a 4-month period. And you can really look at how can I bring out, and I've also done videos about the individual houses, so you can look at the houses, a couple of videos I've done that are free online, so you can also get those. But if you're Aries rising particularly, it's going to be in your 5th house. So that's good for relationships with children, for romance, for creativity. Doing what you love. If you're Taurus, it's going to be in your 4th house. This is about earthing, doing anything connected with the earth, making money from home, good family interactions, beautifying your home. If you're Gemini, it's going to be in your 3rd. This is good for your social life, for networking, and for good at diplomacy and mediating and learning and studying. If you're Cancer, it's going to be in your 2nd house, which could be some opportunities financially. Could be good for love and relationships, but particularly for developing your gifts and your talents. And maybe coming back to some gifts and talents that you did have. If you are a Leo, it's going to be in your 1st, which makes you very popular and it's magnetic. It really accentuates your magnetism and your ability to attract to you whatever you're looking for. If you're a Virgo, it's going to be in the 12th house, which can bring secret love affairs sometimes, but it's a love of metaphysics. It's going deeply into this area of astrology and all these esoteric areas, and really giving yourself permission to explore that. If you're a Libra, it's going to be in your 11th house. This is good for your social life, for meeting your soulmates, your community, harmonious group activities, new friends, new connections. If you are Scorpio, it's going to be in your 10th house. This could be good for your career, for networking, for being appreciated, for being noticed. If you are Sag, it's going to be in your 9th house. This is great for travel, for meeting people from other cultures, for a romance with somebody from overseas, for doing international business. Anything that really takes you into learning and studying and sharing information. If you are Capricorn, it's going to be in your 8th house. This can be a financial boost. It could come from unknown sources, or from a spouse or a partner. It can be an opportunity to deepen relationships and to go more into the esoteric world. If you are an Aquarian, it'll be in your 7th house of relationships for 4 months. Wow, what an opportunity. This can be good for negotiations, good for sweetening existing relationships, good for creating new relationships, and for making peace generally. And if you're a Pisces, it's going to be in your 6th house. This is good for a harmonious work environment. It's good for pampering yourself and your health and your body a bit, and just generally helping others and feeling really good about that, maybe volunteering and just knowing that you're helping others. So I've zipped through the signs because I know it's not interesting for all of you, but because it's a long time period, if you can find out where it is in your chart exactly, this will give you an opportunity to make the good use of developing these qualities: confidence, loyalty, generosity, passion, courage, joy, expressiveness, your artistic side. So there's much about that you can explore. Now, let's move on. On the 12th of June, Mercury will go into Gemini and Pluto will go retrograde into Capricorn. Pluto is already retrograde, has been since May 10th, and will go retrograde in Capricorn. It's retrograde until October the 10th, but stays in Capricorn, even though it's direct on the 10th of October, until the 24th of January of 2024. So we have a 6-month period now where Pluto will be in Capricorn for the last time in 250 years. So it's not going to happen again for a while. So this is a real opportunity to go back over issues about retaining your power, your desires, your needs. What do you need? What do you really need? What do you need to release? How can you gain power over how you want to structure your life and run your life, and not have other people influence you too much and take away from your power? So this is a strong energy, and it's just a good time for reflecting on the structures, because Capricorn is structure, and Pluto has destroyed many structures, But this is an opportunity for looking at, what do I want? What do I need to rebuild? And how do I want to rebuild these areas of my life? You might want to look at all your life areas. Which life area needs some reconstruction? Which life area needs a little bit of renovation and repair? That's this Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. So look at those areas. You might want to look at that. Which area you can share if you feel like sharing. Which area of my life, self-discipline, Elisa, great, needs some attention. Is it my home, my family? Is it my relationships? Is it my relationship with myself? Is it my health? What is it? Is it my relationship with money? Yeah. So that's an opportunity. At home, your home decluttering. Great, Patsy. Excellent. That's a great time to do it over this 6-month period. Because once Pluto goes direct into Aquarius, then we're in a very different frequency. So very different. Okay, Patsy, your health and your home. Elena, letting go of control. Randa, the root chakra, your stability and independence. Great. Excellent. Okay, so look at that and think about that for yourself, because this month from the 12th will be a wonderful opportunity to do that. Many more changes in the financial systems, Jiddu the voice. Yes, but that's a different video. So on the 18th of the month, we get this new moon in Gemini. So more of the Gemini energy, using your hands, your communications. It's just more of a reminder to use your words positively. And I think this is a great quote here by Leonard Bernstein, who said, "I've been all over the world, but I've never seen a statue of a critic." So let's resolve to use our words positively. And it doesn't apply only to others, but how you speak to yourself. That's going to be very important. So the new moon in Gemini, I've done a separate video about that. I'll be releasing that in a few days, so I won't repeat that for you. On the 21st, we've got the solstice, which of course is an energy of great renewal, and we move into the cardinal energy. So cardinal energy, we move into the Cancerian energy. On the 22nd, the Sun into Cancer. On the 27th, Mercury into Cancer. So as we move into the later part of the month, we begin to work with Cancer, the moon energy. And at the same time, we've got Venus and Mars in Leo, the Sun energy. So we've got the Sun and the Moon playing out. The shining of you, the stepping out, and the Moon, the nurturing of you. What needs nurturing? What needs to be treated gently? Yes. Okay. A video on the financial, because you need to figure that aspect out as soon as possible. Denise, great. I'd like to know what it is you want to know financially. You can either email me, because I really want to cover more of your specific questions, because there's a lot going to be unfolding in the financials. And I do want to cover some of that, because that is one of my areas. And with Uranus in Taurus and the North Node in Taurus, not much longer next month, the nodes will change to Aries and Libra. So July will be a lot of big changes. So I'm going to say, enjoy this month, shine your light, reflect on the rebuilding of structures of your life areas. And that really, I feel, is more than enough for this month. So let's see what the Pleiadians from their oracle deck, can't get that right. It always looks different when you're sharing something in a mirror, doesn't it, as to where you want to turn it. So let's see what the cards are for this month of May. All right. I think you are wonderful. Thank you, Radhika. All right, so here are the cards. 3 cards. So we've got 3 cards for this month of May. I'm going to put them up individually. One is relating to everything that I've been talking about, which is breath of life, the Gemini energy, the breath. So I really think this is an opportunity to tune into your breathing and to connect with the breath, because the minute you connect with the breath, you're in the present moment. You can't be anywhere else. You're right here, right now. And it's very calming. Yeah, there was a queue in the post office this morning, and the people there were very nervous. You know, nervous energy, and the tapping the fingers and the feet are going and all of that's going. And nervous energy is very contagious. All right, if you're around a lot of nervous people, you're going to pick it up. So I just started to breathe, began to focus on my breath and smile. And I stayed nice and calm. So it will help you to remain calm. So that's 1. Wow, Tree Dagan, you went to a respiratory therapist for 10 years, so you know all about breath work. You certainly do. Wow. So the next card for this month is Magic and Miracles Envelop You. Now, to me, that very much expresses the energy of the Venus and Mars in Leo. Yeah, there's a magical, miraculous energy about the Leo. Because when someone shines, you know, even if they just shine by a beautiful smile, it's like their voltage has gone up. And when your voltage and your frequency goes up, miracles are just magnetized to you. It's inevitable. And the 3rd card this month is you're in the fast lane. Okay. And to me, this very much describes that energy of Gemini, which is a light energy. It's like a butterfly. So if you are light, the airlines, they're always trying to, you know, they won't let you carry heavy baggage. You can't check in heavy. You never say to somebody, love heavy and peace. You say love light and peace, don't you? So there's a lightness energy of the Gemini. And I think that as you become light, you become faster. You're able to go into that fast lane. So those are the messages from the Pleiadians, from the Oracle deck. And for those of you that are interested in learning, because learning is a key of Gemini, do join me for my webinar coming up on the solstice, the day before the 20th of this month, of next month, Calomina, June, all about the secrets of chart interpretation. You do need a little knowledge of astrology, a little, not a lot. But if you'd like to join me about my 10 top tips about how to get into a chart quickly, without too much complexity, but to be able to get to the really important messages, that's the kind of thing I'm going to be sharing. So I want to thank Radhika for being absolutely terrific today. Thank you, and always. I would like to thank all of you for being here, beautiful soul family. I wish you Calomina, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about the messages that you're going to be sending to people, positive messages, and shining your light different ways and renovating and restructuring areas of your life that the Pluto into Capricorn will assist you in doing. So much love to you all. Calomina.